Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Carlisle United Career Mode Save. This is episode number 21, and for today's episode we will be playing 4 games, 3 games in the league and the big one against QPR in the Checker Trade Trophy. And if you guys do remember, we exited in the first round that we played in the Checker Trade Trophy last season. And it is a trophy or a cup that I am sort of looking forward to, as we do have big history in this club's competition. Sorry, in this competition. So, anyway, moving on from all of that, we will be making a big change to the starting lineup, where Colin will be coming back in for Gray in the goalkeeping position, as we do look slightly better with Colin starting in the goalkeeping position, even though he is 2 overalls lower than Gray. His starting position as a goalkeeper, why am I saying starting position so many times, but his positioning as a goalkeeper seems to be a lot better than Gray, and he also commands his box a lot better, and it provides more security for us in front of goal. But going to the first game of the episode, the first of 4, where we'll be playing Shrewsbury Town at home at Brunton Park. And very early on in the 3rd minute, we had a chance to take the lead. It was Nathan Thomas down the left wing, first time effort, saved very well by the goalkeeper. And we sort of dominated the early proceedings of the game, and it paid off well, as Nathan Thomas got his first goal and also Carlisle's first goal for the game. A wonderful floated ball from Ethan Davis down the right wing, and Thomas gets his head very strongly onto the ball, and we lead 1-0 just before the 30-minute mark. And before the 40th minute, there was a brilliant move starting from Colin, who releases the ball early, and also what a finish from Ryan Brewster. A wonderful header, and a very good header from the striker. And as you would have all noticed, Brewster isn't the tallest of the bunch, not the tallest of the strikers that we had when we tried to sign Brewster, as well as the other striker from Newcastle United, Sorensen, who was 6'3" or something like that. But Brewster gets his goal with a beautiful header, and also scores his second in the second half. A beautiful, well taken volley, and my word, how did he score that? That's a very good technique, a very hard technique to execute, and Brewster gets his second of the game, and also the second for us, and leading 3-0 when we look like we are securing our second clean sheet in the league. This happens, and it was a very frustrating goal to concede. As you would see in the replay, there were a couple of players who were quite far from the striker sliding in, and that was because of the very stupid laggy auto switch player auto switch in game. It was so frustrating. I was trying to get Parks to slide in and stop the striker. As you saw, the strike of the ball wasn't even that strong. We could have gotten the clean sheet, but the auto switch messed it up for us. But anyway, it was a strong performance from us, and it was man of the match for Ethan Davis, who had 3 assists to add on to his brilliant start to his career. As well, if you just noticed that Brewster has 5 goals and is also in contention to try and win the Golden Boot for the League One. And Ethan Davis is in the top 10 for assists, with 4 assists total this season. So strong performance, and that is a good performance to bring into the next game, which is the Checker Trade Trophy, the big one. And just before the game started, obviously we fielded a much weakened side, as the priority for us is to stay in the league, though we are trying to give more and more importance for a decent cup run. Just before the game started, I started feeling a little nervous, but it was all calmed down by this very calm and composed finish from Arthur. And you would have noticed just before the game started, Arthur did come to us and say that, boss, you're not playing me enough and I should be starting more games. Well, understood, and it is tough to get more game time for these players when players in your front three are performing very well. But Arthur, given the start for this match, and he takes it wonderfully, and we lead 1-0. And just before halftime came, QPR almost scored the equalizer where they hit the post, and in the second half they kept mounting the pressure, and we could have conceded the equalizer just before this opportunity from Pereira, where I genuinely think we should have gone 2-0 up. And once again the defense were brought into question as QPR tried very hard to penetrate, and it was Gray this time showing that he is also a capable goalkeeper, as we dropped him for Colin in the starting 11, trying to show to us that he is still the best option for us, and hopefully he will be a better option for us as the time goes by. We almost took a 2-0 lead, where the deflected cross effort from Kennedy almost sneaked in through the back post, just hit the back post and goes out. And in full time you would see how much the win and progress to the next round means to everyone around Carlisle and everyone in the stadium at that moment in time. And a man of the match performance from Arthur, showing that he deserves more starting opportunities and also more game time throughout the campaign. And I hope that whenever we do give him a chance to start, he will be continuously putting on more performances like that one. Following that game, we do play our next game away from home against Peterborough, and it was going to be a relatively tough fixture for us, as Peterborough, as we know at this point of time, had Ivan Toney in their squad, and lucky us, I think Ivan Toney was benched for this game. And very early on, in about the 10th minute, we took the lead through Stefan Skugal with a wonderful, well-constructed counter-attack down the right wing. Ethan Davis once again, and Brewster with the assist for Skugal. But soon after that, Peterborough did mount on the pressure to get the equalizer, and my decision to start Colin as the goalkeeper, the first choice goalkeeper for our team, came into question as he put a questionable throw out, which was very well intercepted, and Peterborough subsequently scored the equalizer. And then the positioning of our defenders has been so horrible that Gordon scored his second of the game, and he was so open. You can see there, he's so open, no one at the front or the back marking him well, and we could have gone 3-1 down in the second half, just after the hour mark. Hits the post, but we do try and score a goal through a counter attack, as that was the only way I could get through this Peterborough defense, and we do score our equalizing goal, the second goal of the game for us. It was Nathan Thomas once again with a wonderful first time finish, and it was so frustrating because that was the only way we could get through Peterborough. But at the same time, the more they attack, the more we can score goals, and we do score our third goal, going into the lead. Ryan Brewster with a well-composed finish with a wonderful assist from Oscar Mason as well. 3-2 up, and we do get our fourth goal of the game, third goal in 10 minutes. That's right, we scored the equalizer, took the lead, and also opened a 2-goal gap against Peterborough in 10 minutes, and it was a well-measured volley after Oscar Mason intercepted the clearance and played it towards Ethan Davis, who finishes with a well-timed volley into the back of the net. But not everything was smiles, as towards the end, the man himself came onto the pitch in literally the last minute of added time. In the 92nd minute, Ivan Toney was brought on, and in virtually the last kick of the game, or the last header of the game, the last contact of the game, Toney does score a brilliant header to make it 4-3, the final scoreline. 4-3 away from home. It's not too bad of a result. But once again, man of the match performance from Ethan Davis down the right wing. And I told you guys, he is a star player in the making for Carlisle United. And that does put us back into the playoff position, 5th spot, and going into the next game, the final game of the episode, against current league leaders Hull City, taking them on at Brunton Park. We go back to our strongest starting 11. I mean, it is the same starting 11 as the previous game, but there was one change. It was Kennedy coming on for Oscar Mason in the CDM position, and I did not notice this. We are the best scoring team in League One at the moment, and we will be taking on Hull City, who have the best defensive record in League One at the moment. But it all came to nothing for them, as we do take the lead by the 20th minute with a beautiful composed chip from Stefan Skugal. 2 goals in his last 2 games for Skugal, and we totally dominated proceedings throughout the match. We could have made it 2-0 right here, and that is what you call putting your body on the line. That was a beautiful block. You don't see that very often. No one really throws themselves into the path of the ball like that anymore. But we do take a 2-0 lead just before the 40th minute mark, and it was Brewster once again getting his 7th goal of the season for Carlisle United, and he is most probably going for the Golden Boot award at the end of the season. And you would have seen there, Stefan Skugal had a couple of chances, one before halftime and one just after halftime, where we could have taken a 4-0 lead if he scored that, and it would have been a hat-trick for himself. But once again, poor finishing has left him and left us with points lost in previous games. But that wasn't the case for this game, as Brewster now turns provider for Oscar Mason, who was brought on for Skugal just before the hour mark. And Oscar Mason completes a wonderful 3-0 victory, and towards the end of the game we did have another chance, and that just shows how dominant we were throughout the match. We could have easily won the game by 5 or 6 goals, and a very good man of the match performance from Ryan Brewster. 1 goal, 2 assists, and that does put us at the top of the league. Top of the league, baby. Yes, but we are there, level on points with 3 other teams. Carlisle, Charlton Athletic, Blackpool and Hull City are in the top 4, level on points, but we lead the pack with 10 goals goal difference. 10 goals, yes. So it may have been a patchy start to life in League One for us, but we are slowly getting into the groove, and hopefully it lasts for us throughout the campaign, as we do look for a back-to-back promotion in this season. Thank you guys for dropping by for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode as much as I did, and if you did like today's episode, please do drop a like. What the hell is wrong with me? Please do drop a like, and also consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.